We're back. And by we're back, I mean we've been, just sleeping for the past 4 days. Thank you for joining us. We are AdventureCheck, and we are going to be continuing our Darkening of Mirkwood campaign. Episode 67. Getting up there in numbers. Pretty high numbers.
It's getting pretty dark.
Just every
a bit.
Every other episode is just tone down the brightness a little bit. A little more. Little more. There we go. So, let's get into tonight with a wee bit of a recap. So, last week, the Fellowship had come to the realization that the Black Tarn was under attack, as they heard goblin horns screech through the woods. They darted off back in towards the Black Tarn from the barrow on which they were investigating, trying to figure out what exactly came over Hunold, the assassin who had killed Queen Una in the attempted assassination of King Bard. On their return to the Black Tarn, they were intercepted by a host of goblins and some gallows weed, which is not the fun weed, trust me. The gallows weed likes to grow very fast and strangle people, essentially lifting them up by their necks in the trees.
Might be fun
like
for
a
some
gallows. It could be. Some people are into that. I urge caution in all things, all right?
Safety first.
Absolutely.
Always have somebody around, you never know.
You need a spotter for that.
Spotter. That's funny.
After the ambush, unfortunately, there was a casualty. Vidar's horse that he had purchased in Lake Town had died. Not though after some attempt of healing from the horse lord of Thea.
Hi, me again.
You're my boy, Steel. You're my boy.
Now with only one horse, Thea and Volley rode off ahead of the other two for the Black Tarn to try and intercept or delay the goblins as best they can. They arrived in the Black Tarn, finding Ameliota and a handful of warriors trying to secure the gates and get anybody they could inside into safety. They fought with the goblins there. Several warriors fell, and then Vidar and Salphos eventually showed up, and the whole group managed to push their way back into the palisade walls of the Black Tarn, bar the gate, and fall back into the longhouse, which was then barricaded. The goblins and the orcs pushed forward into town and began ramming into the longhouse, and were almost about to breach the doors when the sun had broken through and casted a bright, I want to say shadow, but that's not the word. That's kind of the opposite of what happened. But illuminating the entire area as the Black Tarn was built in a large clearing in Mirkwood. The orcs and goblins, who cannot stand the light of day, immediately broke rank and retreated. With only a few moments to breathe, everyone took a moment, rebarricaded the entrance, reassessed, and that is where we are going to begin tonight. Because immediately after the goblins and orcs had broken ranks and retreated, Ameliota finally sighs and relaxes her shoulders a bit as she steps back a few times, seeming adrenaline wearing off. Takes a few moments, instructs a few of the warriors that are still standing, which are 3, to reinforce the gate for now. And as they do so, she beckons the 4 of you over. To me, please. We must discuss the situation.
What do you have in mind?
I haven't been entirely forthcoming. There was reason for the request I issued Volley when he asked for work. To find game, hunt.
Yeah, find some
It's
game,
been a
Volley. Sorry.
The past few months have been a struggle. Game is scarce. Our hunters routinely come up empty. The weeds in the lake have grown thick and tight to the point where fishing is not even a possibility. Our boats are wrapped by the weeds, and it is too much of an effort to get them free at this point in time. My people are starving, and with these goblins out there, it is now clear where the game went. They mean to lay siege. They mean to starve us out. They've retreated for now, but we can probably expect a few probing attacks in the night, if not over the next couple of nights. But at this point in time, I don't expect a full-out assault, though that will be coming. We have few options. There's a lot to ask considering our state, but I would like you to go for help. Considering the situation, we have 3 options. Some might not even be considered options. The closest village from here is Roscabel. There are few warriors there, though there are the wizards. Considering Radagast's state, I'm not entirely confident that they can be accountable, though Saruman might see things differently. Our best option, at least for strength in arms, is Woodmen-Town. With the exception of Woodland Hall and Mountain Hall, it is the furthest from us. It'll take some time to get there, and if there's any sizable force, it'll take them even longer to get here. She sort of sighs and bites her tongue for a beat. Our third option is only marginally closer, but that is Amanbaglia, the Tyrant's Hill. If we could seek out an audience with Mogdred and get him to come to our aid, then that would surely break the ranks, especially coming in from their rear. I sense disdain.
Mogdred can't be trusted. For many reasons. He has never come to our aid before, and he actively consorts he actively schemes against the free people of Middle-earth.
We know this.
We communed with a spirit in the barrow. Mordred has recruited the treasure hunters who sought out the barrows. He recruited one of them to assassinate the queen.
Well, that is a serious accusation, but if that is the case, then there's reason to believe that he might have a hand in this already.
I think that was considered. Maybe.
It might be a ploy for us. He might hope we go to him because he is the closest. And then he extracts some sort of payment and control of the Black Tarn when he saves it.
Well, if that's the case, payments would only come from course of a folkmoot.
Or force of arms if the Black Tarn can't defend themselves.
It is a possibility, and I will not dispute it as I am in no situation to fight it, really. So that option is non-existent. That leaves Roscabel and Woodmen-Town. Or we stay here, fight to the end, and find some way to drive the enemy back. Of course, if you have a better idea.
With only one horse, I think it'd be quickest if Thea rode out to get help alone.
That was going to be my thinking anyway, but as happy as I am to do that, I need a little time to just bandage myself up before we go. Or before I go, sorry.
One rider.
She's the best rider in the land. Don't doubt
I do
her.
have...
I do not doubt her spirit, but I doubt her number.
I do have some
Sending out
forewarning.
one rider is suicide.
I do have some forewarning, just in case the sword here that I have does glow. If any orcs and goblins are nearby. But I agree, I
Sure,
do...
they're nearby.
Well, yes, that's not disputable. But I do agree that I think right now, with my current capacity and things, I'd be... If I can get us some help, then that would be the best use for me right now, as opposed to staying here and fight. I may not make it either way, but I would rather try for at least getting some more numbers for us.
You all feel this way?
Aye.
You're muted, Kevin.
Dwarves are natural sprinters anyway. We're not built for cross country. I'd only slow her down.
I feel this is our best option of all that we have.
These three here, they're the strongest fighters of us anyway. You could probably use them better here.
I'm worth like 10 men.
She sort of looks down, averting her gaze, and sort of chews on the inside of her lip for a few seconds. I don't like it, but I am in no position to negotiate. If you think this is the best course of action, then so be it. Thea, when you are ready, depart with haste. It's like I said, your horse will get you there faster, but the numbers in return, they will take time, and time is of the essence.
I understand.
We three will be here to buy you as much time as possible.
If you prefer, we could potentially cut one of the boats free and you can go upriver. The goblins will not pursue you up the river. Though it will take longer.
I'll take one full on eye.
Very well.
We've gone through a lot of things. What's another situation?
Very well.
Look out for those weeds, those trees that grab you.
Yeah, I will. Since I'm going to depart soon, definitely sooner than later, I'm going to excuse myself for now so I can start resting, because she's like bleeding all over the freaking place.
If we're taking a short rest, Vida will take advantage of that too.
Very well. You all may take your short rest. Go ahead and use any hit dice you may want. Any
That would
abilities
be
you get back.
all of them.
Salphos, you are no longer poisoned.
Thank God. Yes, let's do the big 7.
I'll wait for other people to roll their hit dice, because I know I'm going to roll all of mine.
As you take...
oh my gosh, I don't need 16 more.
As you take the better part of a half hour off the Meliota, and you
Bless you.
all
Thank
head
you.
off to just sort of gather yourself, bandage up any wounds you might have, collect any missing equipment you might need. Take a moment and watch the sun slowly set in the west. Little see all the hit dice being rolled.
I know, you kind of beat us to a pulp.
All right, I'm done rolling. So if you want to go there,
Yeah, so am I.
All right, here we
Yeah.
go, friends. Let's see how many it takes.
Just so everyone's aware, Battle Bard's cut out on my end.
I still hear it.
restarted it, I don't know.
It's not working for me.
It's working for me.
But it's
so
working for
scream
Matt, which
hear
is
it.
fine, I guess.
Like mine just like up and just cut out, so I actually hit stop and restarted the track. So
Oh,
I
that's-
haven't actually restarted Battle Bards, but if it's still up for most, then
Oh, I just got it now. I just got it working.
okay. Cool.
Wow,
Yes.
just so many 6s and 7s.
On D8s too, nonetheless.
Oh,
That's real
no.
good. Real good.
I was about to say no 9s, but
Very
the D8 was like,
Aw.
How many did I roll?
D8 plus 1, it looks like, so
Yeah.
you could
One,
get a 9 out of it. But
2, 3,
Hey, pups.
4,
That's
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god.
how's everyone feeling about their situation right now?
Vida's fine. Vida, he has 8 hit dice left. He has 3 furies left. He's at full health.
I'm still not at full health, and that was all of my hit dice.
How you feeling
Well-
about the situation in general?
Do you ever look down a dark alley and know exactly what the fuck will happen to you, but you just kind of go down it anyway? Yeah, that's what we're doing.
we may die, but you know,
Yeah.
not gonna let
I
the
mean-
Black Tarn die.
Yeah.
And if Thea can get out, at least Thea knows the truth of Mordred. But I mean, we might die without ever knowing if Thea gets out. Because if Thea dies in the forest, how will we know?
Yep, this is gonna be fun.
Your last act is splitting the party
Let's go, friends.
in good old D&D fashion.
This is just like the Forest Gate all over again. And that's the one time Vida nearly died.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Dang it! I'm a
What?
warden. I had campfire tales.
We don't have a campfire.
C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E.
It's too late now. I could have given all of us an additional 1d8 per hit dice spent. Whatever.
Well,
Okay.
let's hope that doesn't bite you.
Uh-huh.
Very well. So, as the sun continues to set, Thea heads outside for Windfulla. Actually, she brings Windfulla outside. She brought her in. I forgot about that.
Yes.
She leads her outside. You see a couple of small fires lit in sort of like dry patches of grass. They don't seem to be spreading right now, but it's sort of just like the aftermath of a battle of flaming arrows have hit the ground, and they're just like some small smoldering embers right now. Is dotting the landscape corpses, both orc and man. And the air is cool. It is a bit chilly as the sun sets. You lead Windfulla outside, and Ameliota and the warriors follow as they are going to unbarricade the gate, as it is not broken open. It seems those that got in probably climbed over the wall. They unbarricade the gate, and they open one of the doors, pushing it open. You lead her on through, and Meliota comes alongside you as you lift yourself up using the stirrups and over onto the saddle. You ease Windfulla, and Meliota looks up at you. Travel with haste.
Absolutely. When this is all over, we'll have a long, relaxing chat again like old times over some mead.
Pray that this will be over. And Thea,
Yes.
if anything happens to you, Nayla will have my head. I'll be off, Rohirrim.
You got it. Till next time. Tell the boys to take care of themselves.
Wait there, wait.
Yes.
As Salphos comes running.
Here, take this. I think you might need it. You might run into... and I'll give her the Shadow Thorn, just in case they start trying to trap you. They can't slow you down.
What does that do?
You get an hour of advantage against poison checks, constitution checks.
Okay.
Bye, Shadow Thor.
Thank you. Are you sure you don't need this yourself?
I mean, here, if we're going down, we're going down. Doesn't matter if I'm poisoned or not.
I suppose that's fair, but
We need you to make it. If you get stuck and hit with poison.
fair enough, Zelphos. Fair enough. Take care of each other, okay?
I'll keep an eye out on him.
Yes.
Especially Vidar, our rambunctious dwarf friend.
Yeah, I know we don't always see eye to eye with him, but he's a good one. Alright. Time to move quickly. Let's go, Winfala.
Gonna give her that, and it's not gonna be applicable at all. Watch it.
Winfala takes off at the word of it and gallops off towards the tree lines heading north, following the river for the most part. You watch her as there's the two of them riding on through some low-hanging fog and into the forest, and then moments later out of sight. Thea, roll me a d8, please.
Oh, I tried to do a Nightbot command.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Embarkation roll. I was reading something else.
Being...
Give me a second. I had all my notes in front of me, and then they're gone. D12, sorry. You can add your survival proficiency and half your wisdom bonus. Please.
I have high wisdom. Oh, half my wisdom. Rounded
Half
up.
your wisdom bonus, yes. A 10!
Oh boy.
10.
Who knows what that means?
And at this point, I'm going to ask Thea to deafen up. She is no longer here.
Bye,
Bye,
friends.
Thea.
This is
Next
what we
time you
get for
see us,
later.
we'll be
punishment for
dead.
naming all the
We'll
characters with
find
A.
you dead. Yeah.
I was about to say that. Hope you find her dead.
Where we kicked Lindsay out of the party for a boys' night.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. deafening.
Streaming is for the boys.
Go boy.
Whatever.
Bye, Thea.
Cool, we could talk shit about her.
Alright. So Thea trots off into the wilderness. And as night is quickly coming, Emeliota looks to the warriors and and to the rest of you. We must ready our defenses. I'll leave it to the three of you to decide what's best for you, but my warriors, double the barricades, find any weak points in the wall, reinforce them, sharpen your weapons, and see to the women and children.
My lady, if I may help.
You may. What is it, Vali?
As I command the garrison in Sunstead in my experience hunting the creatures of darkness, I believe I can offer a lot of insight and help to your men. If you take it.
At this point, we'll take anything, Vali, but it is much appreciated. You said there's a garrison in Sunstead?
I set up one now, yes.
I wish we had them right about now.
I wish we could send word, but we can't sacrifice much more time or men. But I will do what I can for you.
It is appreciated, thank you.
And I'll just take off and help the men and prepare.
Wolfgar, see to the docks. Make sure nothing is leaking on past the walls. As the warriors sort of trot off and do what they do, what would the three of you like to do? She's letting you act in your own interest for the betterment of the Black Tarn.
I'm gonna go to the men and check out how they're barricading and offer any insight and just prepare any, attack defenses to help them prepare for the incoming assault. Possible incoming assault.
Can it help them make oil traps so when we have to fall back and they're climbing over the wall, we can just shoot an oil bag and start setting things on fire?
Okay. Vidar?
Vidar's gonna help reinforce the barricade.
Okay.
It's essentially 2 barricades and a trap setting.
Yeah. Staphos, go ahead and give me a survival check. As it's basically a trap you're making, so.
Let's see. First roll of the night was
Ooh.
was an 8. Not good for the night.
Hey,
Rough.
Salvos, what you working on there?
Trying to make some traps here, but looks like we don't have the supplies needed to fully realize and make fully effective ones. So we're just gonna have to make best with what we got.
Yeah, so it seems there is a decent amount of oil, but you lack containers to actually make the amount of traps you would want to. That being said, it's not a complete loss. With the materials that you have, you were able to make 2 small oil pouches.
Can we use the remainder of the oil to like make a line, a burn line?
Sure, you certainly can. Where have a map of the Black Tarn.
So if there's like a way if we're like if they're making like also barricades to like make a funnel up towards like the Great Hall, so that they have to like run up into a pit, I would put it like at the end of that line, so that way it would like enclose that funnel off for a bit.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. It's a pretty spread out village. It's not like clamored together, not like you'd find like Dale or something. So actually funneling it might be difficult.
I didn't know if they had enough wagons to make like a funnel barricade and keep the goblins from like having to. They would just go the path of peace.
With your and Volley's direction, it is certainly possible to at least get the barricades into some manner that might funnel for the most part. Volley, since you were heading that up, go ahead and just give me a
segment sponsored by Orcs Must Die.
Right, just start placing traps. Give me survival with persuasion, or survival at advantage.
I was gonna say it's I'm very persuasive at surviving.
I wanted to say persuasion, but that didn't feel right here. It didn't seem like it was conveying the knowledge, so I want you to use survival and the fact that Salphos is helping you. 19. Okay. So with the 2 of you, you point out a few sort of weak points in the wall to reinforce, but for the most part, at the main gate, to gather any sort of wagon, food stand, cabbage cart, whatever.
My cabbages.
Even to the point of using, like, if there's dead livestock, things that can be sacrificed to just help make these barricades to sort of just funnel anything coming in. It's going to take time, but they've acknowledged it and they're going to start it. So knowing where it would, in theory, end, Salphos, you know where to place that line.
Most excellent.
All right. And with Volley and Vidar helping with the barricade reinforcement, any other spare crates left over from the funneling are basically getting shoved up against any sort of weak points to just brace doors, walls, anything, knowing that the last line of defense is essentially the longhouse. Though there still are other huts throughout town, but they have since been abandoned at this point, as the last stand is pretty much the longhouse. Gonna change. There we go. As night is falling. Anything else you guys wish to do as night comes?
What about training any abled hand that can wield a sword or a weapon?
Okay.
Some better, get them a little few pointers just to It's an extra guy or two, or it makes a dude perform better in a check.
Give me a perception check. Just to
Right.
see if there's anyone among the civilians.
Volley, would you help
to fight?
me like to assess these men's strength? Volley.
Ollie.
Volley.
Alright, what I was looking at Max.
Southwest asked Volley if he would like to help him assess some strength and try perhaps maybe train any able body or train what we have and maybe make
Yes.
whatever we got a little better. Okay.
Yes, I would. Sorry.
So perception check.
Perception at
Stop it.
advantage.
All right. Second roll of the night will be a crit 26.
Nice.
26 total. Yeah. There, as you look over the civilians of pretty much all ages, you quickly realize what Emeliota has told you is in fact true. A vast majority of these people are malnourished and are weak as a result. That being said, there are a couple of young individuals, probably in their late teens, maybe one or two in their early 30s, who fighting was not their profession of choice, though they are of the ability. So you got five that are of trainability.
All right. Oh, that's at least 5 more arms than 5 less.
We can make do for sure.
And as far as training is concerned, you can, for tonight, if you're going to start training tonight, or at least give them basics.
Yeah, basics.
Parry 1, parry 2, counter.
Strike 1, strike 2. I mean, they're goblins, so they're pretty easy.
Just go ahead and
Kick
give me
him
an
in the
athletics
nuts.
check.
Sorry, was that athletics check?
Athletics.
Can you do it at advantage because I'm helping him train and work with the men?
Yeah.
Alrighty. How about 20 or a 20? You can choose.
I fucking hate that year. It's an auto fail.
It's a crit one.
Only because you rolled it twice. Okay, yeah, you find a couple of weapons. One from those that have died. Some might be goblin weapons as a result. But you outfit the individuals, and the two of you start running them through basic drills: how to hold the weapon, how to thrust, how to parry, how to counter. They're by no means a militia right now, but they are currently angry farmers with pitchforks. Which, depending on what you look at, is a militia. But all right, as you guys are running through this, and Emeliota makes her way over. How's it going? I see you are putting those to work that can.
Yeah, I mean, use every bit of strength and arm we can grab.
I agree.
We built a fire line to give us some fallback time and to burn maybe a couple of goblins, and then we got 2 pouch traps on the walls for when they come over. Just gotta place a nice flaming arrow in them.
Do we have the means to make those arrows?
See if we can find something to scrounge up.
Might not want
The
to do
torch
that.
will work just as well.
Yeah, just chuck Vidar with torches.
Just throw me into the mess. I'll take them.
I want to say the last time I tried to use a wall of fire to damage Vidar, he's not the one who got caught in it.
Yeah, it was fucking me.
Just want
Alright,
to
so-
point that out. The whole purpose of that was for Vidar.
Alright, so I'll try to place some torches in a good spot to where we could shoot from the lodge and hit the fire line with an arrow cross passing through the fire to set it off or to knock a torch down.
Very good. I'll leave you to it. Make sure you get some rest. We don't need exhaustion claiming us too.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Hint. Okay, I'll finish those last preparations and then take some rest.
Yeah, Vidar's gonna post up outside the longhouse to rest, but right up against it.
Okay.
Just so if something happens, he's there. He doesn't want to have to.
Gotcha. All right.
When. It's because something's gonna happen.
Wouldn't it be the worst if I just said, yeah, they all just left? Like, fuck this.
Fuck.
Alright. So, night falls. You know, defenses for now are in place with more work to do in the next day. Few of the warriors stay out, keep watch, listening, waiting. Vidar leans up against the longhouse, narrowing his eyes as he looks pretty much at the wooden wall. You can see the trees hanging above the wall in the distance, knowing his enemy is out there. The rest of you, slightly uneasy. For in all the battles that you've been in, the anticipation is the worst. If it'll come, when it'll come. Makes the adrenaline pump and rise, and then taper off. After a while, it's harder to stay awake, but you stay to the best of your ability, sleeping in rotations. The guards cycle out as the night wanes on. Every now and again, you hear chirps and screeches and laughter? Yes, an evil-sounding laughter in droves coming from the woods.
Can I rumor Earth real quick and see if I can? Hang on, let me see if I even do. I still have a rumor Earth. Maybe we see if I can hear anything. I don't know if you said yes or no. I didn't hear any. I think you might cut out.
Oh, I thought you were saying if you still had it.
I still have it. Yeah, I did have it. Yeah, I do have it.
Okay.
I checked the resource pool, and then
Can you put it in chat so everyone can see the ability, please?
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and read it too. Starting at 3rd level, when you stretch yourself upon the ground with your ear pressed against the turf, you can decipher the sounds of the earth. You can hear it groan. When the enemy treads upon it, the echo distant gallop of horses. Sing in tune with the rushing of rumbling waters. Between each long rest, you may make a DC 15 survival check. On success, the lore master must give me a useful piece of information about a quarry we are hunting or a place we are seeking. If I get 25 or higher, it becomes near miraculous to others with the information that I have gleaned. But I have a feeling I'm not going to do well. But I might as well give everything I got.
Stretch yourself on the ground.
Frickin' 10. There's too much going on.
No, survival check, not a wisdom check.
Sorry. Oh, survival check. Was it? I thought it said wisdom.
Yeah.
It says wisdom survival. So
yeah, sometimes I hate how they write that, but I guess it's for like if you're going to swap it out, like if for some reason you narrate how you do it, and I might be like, well, that might not be survival, but I'll let you do it. So just do 25. Okay, you almost
20, not 25. I almost got the 25. Yeah,
20.
Almost. I have to get a 19 to get that 25.
Okay, so let's see here. You, in the dead of the night, you hear the chirps and the screeches from the wood. You find a quiet place, probably a few feet from the longhouse to make sure you don't get any clamoring from inside. You place your ear to the ground and you hold your breath and you just listen, and you just hear sort of like a silent thumping, almost methodical, in unison. It gets louder. You quickly ascertain that this is marching, seeming that the force that you fought earlier in the day has now been reinforced. or is in the process of being reinforced. Trying to make sure things that are actually useful.
Can I tell about how far away they are? About how much time we have?
They are probably... The actual marching sound is roughly a day's walk away.
Okay, so that's further than what we had dealt with, so they're coming to reinforce, so they're not essentially coming towards the camp yet. But they're just going to the goblin camps around.
Yeah, you do hear the various goblin camps closer by that are sort of dotted out around you.
Okay. Now I'm like also trying to decide if I should sneak out and see if I can observe and kind of take advantage of that treasure hunter and do secrets glean.
Vidar can't sneak, so
This would probably be a solo op, but this could go terribly bad.
so
I
here,
mean-
everybody leaves the village one at a time, and we all die alone in Mirkwood. And
Why
that's-
split the party when you can split the party 4 times?
Right, why not have everyone gets their own solo adventure with Brian?
We did that once, actually, kind of. A long time ago.
Wait,
The
Wait.
reinforcing footsteps seem to be a day away still. The goblin camps are still spread out around you.
alright. So I'm gonna go back to Long Hall to Meliota and I'll relay that, so it looks like our goblins are getting more reinforcements. They're about a day out. So I'm sure not tonight will be an attack, but over the next night or two should be very soon.
Well, that is reassuring nonetheless. We get at least a night's reprieve for now, though I will not ask anyone to break their vigil. But if they're being reinforced, I feel like we need to know what we're up against.
I mean, I can go out. I'm relatively good at wilderness stealth. I can
So am
try
I.
and see if we can figure out their plans before.
It would be
You
beneficial.
need backups,
I will not-
Elvis.
It would be beneficial. In the current state of things, I will also say we are in no condition to lose anyone on such an endeavor. So, I will not ask you to do such a thing, though I will ask you to act in your best interest.
It might be in our best interest. If we just hit one camp, I can't surmise that there might not be more than 10 or so goblins. Maybe to a camp, they might be trying to keep their numbers thin and spread at this point. That's why they're getting reinforced.
If that is the case, then let's hope that made Thea's ride easier.
Yes, that way, then perhaps if I have opportunity, we could take out a camp or so and further reduce some numbers.
If you wish to, then I suggest scouting tonight and we will assess. If we deem it necessary, then perhaps we can do an attack in the morning. As we've already learned we have an advantage during the day.
I'll go, but I'll let Volley make his choice if he wants to risk it.
Very well.
I think I'll stay behind and just keep a closer eye.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go mud up and grime up good, as the internet would call it.
Ruse.
You know, like Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, and Henry Cavill.
Alright. So, you go off and take some time to get all good and dirty.
Could use my disguise kit, or
Yeah, if you...
or
go
would
ahead
that be
and-
survival since it's more wood-based crap?
Is there
I mean,
a
they're both-
difference- is
they're
is there a
both plus
difference in the
6.
modifier?
Not really. Just which one do I feel lucky with right now?
Fair enough. I'll let you choose.
To me, it makes sense to be survival more than disguising as
Okay.
a person, as it's grinding up with normal. Cool.
Reminds me of the time
22.
my elf had to disguise himself as a goblin.
I mean, I
22.
disguised the whole party as orcs one time. I got Thea and Vidar dressed as orcs, and they survived.
He survived and got to the heart of the.
Yeah, and then they saved me and Nathan, and I knocked out my troll.
That was whack. All right, 22. You feel pretty commando-y. You're pretty. You got the black underneath. You got all the mud going down.
Mud up the blade so it doesn't reflect light.
Yep. You feel good?
I'm good. I feel good. Let's Metal Gear Solid this shit.
All right. All right. So you make your way outside the village. A couple of the guards begrudgingly take down a bit of the barricade to let the gate open to let you out. As you get outside, the one guard says, "Make sure you knock when you return, so we know it's you."
Can I ask for like unlit torch so that maybe if I am being chased and hastily back, I can light this torch and start waving it for them to start get ready?
Yeah. He reaches over to a crate next to him, pulls up an unlit torch.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, if I'm in danger, I'll just sprint back waving this torch so that I just start firing in my general direction. Don't worry about hitting me.
All right. Good luck out there.
Mm-hmm.
The gate closes behind you, and you can hear the wood barricade going back up.
All right.
You head off towards the tree line, looking for one of the goblin camps. Go ahead and give me a stealth check at advantage.
Yes. I have advantage with Sindarin boots too. Everything. 25.
All right. You creep on through the tree line. You get about probably 10 feet in, and you hear the rabble of orcish goblin, pretty much what would be just boisterous sort of like campfire gathering, only in some like black language, some dark mean language. And after a while you catch the glimpse of dancing flames. You find a campfire. As you edge closer and closer, you hear them sort of like speaking to themselves back and forth. Couple of gurgling and burping, belching sounds. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Alright, switch that to normal. Doo-doo. 19.
19. You quickly look around from some brush that you're hiding behind. You make out about 6 goblins sitting around, scrawny, little greenish brown creatures. Couple of their weapons are strewn aside, but they're all just sort of like reaching towards a spit hanging over the fires. They're tearing away meat just like animalistically. They're not even like even pulling away like a leg. They're just grabbing in with their nails and ripping out hunks of meat and going. And you see a couple of orcs off to the side with like mugs in their hands. They're talking to one another. And you make out 2 things of interest, actually. You see 2 banners among the camp. The first one you see is sort of like a brownish ripped cloth that's hanging from pretty much a crudely string together stick or flagpole, essentially. And sort of in the center, etched in like sort of dripping and dried like black paint. Is that paint? It might be mud. It might even be like orc blood. It's hard to tell from here.
No, God.
It looks to be a crude drawing of what appears to be a spider.
Ugh. Burn it down. Burn it down.
As you look over towards the other side, you make out a dark black cloth that seems to be painted in a orangish red with 3 streaks down the middle, and in the foreground of that appears to be a painted eye.
Oh.
Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
It's never good when they bring flags.
Do I recognize any of these flags of maybe known affiliations?
Give me a shadow lore check.
Am I good at that, guys? Yeah, I'm decent. Let's see. An 18.
18. The spider banner is sort of a banner to take with a grain of salt. The goblins in these areas tend to disassociate themselves from the spiders. They're typically prey for the spiders, but it is not unheard of for them to sort of unite under one of the great spiders in the forest. That being said, it's not too clear which one it might be.
Okay.
As for the eye, you dig into the recesses of your mind to try and pull out any sort of knowledge of things that pertain to the enemy. Most of the things you are familiar with revolve around the Battle of Five Armies, Azog, the Defiler, the Mirkwood Goblins as well. But this is an emblem that escapes you.
Alright, so I think I'll do some secrets glean, just kind of observe them for 10 minutes, see if they might talk about what plans they might have over the next day or so. Maybe see if they fall asleep and get tired. It might be easy to see what happens, see what they kind of do, and just kind of stay hidden.
That just happens after observing them for like 10 minutes or so?
Yes, here, I'll just put it in the chat for...
Yep.
You are adept at observing the plans and weapons of your enemy. Starting at 3rd level, if I spy on an enemy without being detected for at least 10 minutes, I may pick one of the following benefits. Lore Master gives me a clue about the enemy's plans or destination. I spot a potential weakness in the enemy, giving me and an ally that I advise advantage on the first attack I make against this foe, +1 bonus to AC against enemies of this kind. And then this benefit lasts until the next short rest. I gain advantage on stealth abilities made against this enemy. You closely observe the enemy and you can describe their appearance, gear, and tactics in sufficient detail that when you give your report, other player heroes gain advantage on checks to obtain more information about the enemy through ability checks like intelligence or like lore or traditions. I really don't like that they do the attribute before the skill.
Yeah. It always throws me off too. Okay. So you take 10 minutes and you sort of like memorize the banners to your ability. You observe their armor, their weapons, their demeanor, their body language. At this current point, after about 10 minutes, you determine that they're pretty relaxed. They're either feasting or drinking. So you basically come to the conclusion that there's probably no attack tonight. But you listen, and through that course of time, you hear them talking back and forth to one another. Coincidentally, in Western, for whatever reason. So it is a language that you were able to understand. A couple of the goblins are just chattering about.
Did you hear? They sent a rider out earlier this morning. Well, the North Camp should get there. Let's hope so. No one's coming to help them anyway. No one's coming to help them. Pop down over there. Got more company coming in the morning. Don't need the enemy listening in. What of it, Orc? Piss off. Hush you. I'll have you know that the Eye is watching. Besides, as things get dicier, those swamp things will come forward. And they like to eat. And if you misbehave, I'll feed you to them. Fine.
And they go back to talk about meats or picking on each other for the most part. Is there anything out of that you didn't get in that conversation?
No, I got the important parts.
Okay.
So now I'm stuck here with like 3 choices now in my head. I can either steal the meat, throw it near the orcs, and make the goblin and these orcs at this camp just start getting into it, because animosity is always fun to cause. I can go now and go try to help Thea, because it sounds like the North Camp is gonna get her. Or
Maybe.
go back.
She left like
Hours ago,
6
so
hours
yeah.
ago. So they either have her or she's gone, like she's passed. So
Yeah.
it seems like that the camps from the north, or at least the North Camp in particular, there has been no word from them at this point. All they heard was a rumor that a rider was dispatched, and like, well, that camp should deal with it.
True. Let's see. Either that or make my way to the North Camp and try and make sure Thea isn't caught, or go back and report all of this stuff. Really hard decision here. Excellent by the DM. And I could sit here another 10 minutes. I guess I'll leave this up to you, because I did do it once. I don't know, because obviously I don't want to sit here and just keep sitting here for 10 minutes and reaping all the.
Geralt! What? Why don't we attack tonight? We had them earlier, why don't we just do it now? Pipe down, Mirkwood vermin. Town will be easy pickings in a day or so. Be patient. They'll be ripe for the pickings. We've got a little help on the way. Just takes us some time to get here is all. Waiting? Don't like waiting? Especially with all those eyes out there from the spiders watching. I don't like them. Sometimes they attack us, and I don't like that either.
I'm also sitting here trying to decide if you allow, if I could sit another and get the +1 bonus, so that way I can keep that till next short rest. Make me a little tankier. I don't want to sit here and just keep racking.
I will have you make another stealth check without advantage. It would just be a straight roll.
Okay.
To see if you can stay another 10.
And looks at stealth. Looks at past rolls. Wonders how long does his luck go?
Feeling lucky, punk.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to feel. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna feel out that I don't think I'm gonna roll good on the next roll.
All right.
So I'll make my way.
Excuse yourself from the situation and sneakily make your way back out the trees and back towards the gate.
And then I'll knock on the door.
Well, you're in one piece.
Yeah, we got bigger problems coming.
When it rains, it pours. Get in.
Yes, I'll go back to Meliota.
They barricade things back up. You head back to the longhouse. You see Vidar, you see Salphos making his way back down the main road of the Black Tarn. Heading up for the longhouse.
Oh, what are you up to?
Did some recon. We have a bigger problem than initially thought.
How big? Troll sized?
No, bigger than you. Bigger than me.
So troll sized.
Yes.
That's a big problem.
Fido would get up and follow him just to make sure he's caught up with everything.
Okay. You all head inside to Emeliota, who currently sits in her chair on the other side of the Great Hall, or the Longhouse. Bearded axe and shield on the ground, leaning against it, and she's just supporting her head with her eyes closed.
This is like in Skyrim, when you go talk to Jarl Balgruuf when he's asleep about having to use his keep to catch a dragon.
My lady awake.
Huh? What time is it?
Still the middle of the night, but looks like our problem is just gonna be more than goblins.
What else?
They're orcs with a black banner shaped like an eye, and I'll grab some parchment and pen and kind of draw the symbol. With this banner, the spiders carry a spider banner.
The other two of you can go ahead and give a Shadow Lore check.
I'm not terribly good, but maybe.
Alright, while they're making their checks,
I never get to make Shadow Lord checks, and when I do, it sucks.
I'll keep talking.
Okay.
So they're talking about swamp things arriving to being reinforced, not just more orcs and goblins coming to reinforce. And then the goblins were also afraid of the spiders that were watching all the time. So we're looking at least 4 different types of enemies now coming up against us. But the camp size was only about 6 goblins and 2 orcs, so the camps are relatively small. They did see that Thea left out, and they hoped that their north camp had taken care of her.
Well, let us pray to the Valar that is not what happened. But it is currently good that their camps are small. Hopefully that will stem the tide for a bit, giving us valuable...
So they said a couple days, so that at least that might mean tomorrow might have a low chance of an attack. But after about 2 days, we're looking at any moment.
I don't think it would be wise to make an attack, because we would be making our own selves vulnerable, potentially. And if there's a larger force coming, I fear any damage that we might do before those arrive would be negligible.
Right. Unless... the only thing I think we attack is if we're going to run and punch through their line.
She looks over to the huddled mass of civilians. That would be a death march. No, the defenses must hold, at least for as long as they can. These swamp creatures that they mentioned, pardon for waking up.
They just said swamp thing, so unless they're trolls or some forth, they did mention the swamp things were always hungry and want to eat anything.
Yes, I think I know what they speak of, them, the Martian Dwellers.
Marsh Dwellers.
Cannibalistic, they'll essentially eat anything. They dwell in the marshes, in the cairn of Mirkwood. It's a wretched place, no one really goes there. But how would they bend those creatures to their will? Unless they just intend to use that to cover their flanks, or entice them with food.
I don't know, anything will obey anything if you feed it.
Well, if they have them on their side, then it is concerning.
They definitely suggest if we kill anything within the barrier to get it over the wall so that whatever's out there, spider or swamp thing, will eat on that instead of maybe trying to come in to get to us if we keep the food supply on the outside.
We can certainly try, but we don't have much. But yes, if we kill anything, we'll just put it out there. try and clean the battlefield as best we can. Just these marsh dwellers, they are tall. They almost look like men at a distance with elongated arms and legs and sharp, jagged teeth, and their eyes themselves basically glassed over from at least the stories. Mindless creatures that will attack and eat almost anything.
That's what I mean. If we can kill a goblin, throw it over into the rest of the horde, maybe that marsh crawler might go after the fresh dead meat and try and go after goblins instead of us.
Let us hope. Just keep an eye out for them. They don't mind the sunlight, so just keep an eye out for them.
And that's also if spiders also don't attack too. We might have to keep goblins out to keep spiders out of
Did you
our
see
home. I did not see any, but the goblins talked about their eyes always watching them.
Well,
So it's highly suffice to say that there's at least spiders now around us and have moved in.
well, that's not entirely news. This area is usually rampant with them, at least in the last few years. Acting in unison, then yes, that is a problem.
I mean, the goblin banner was of spiders, so I don't know what's the relationship. It seems like some mutual agreement was upon, but the spiders will still eat the spiders if they, but
I'd like to go toe-to-toe with Taller again.
Well, let's pray that he does not show. I don't have more to worry about. Well, this is good. At least for now. Get some
Perhaps.
rest.
Alright.
Perhaps.
I'm thinking perhaps if we can cut down some of the trees on the border here in our clearing, we could repurpose the wood for either deadfalls, palisades, and also thus increasing our area of sunlight capability and less for spiders to be able to just directly jump out and get right up onto our walls.
The tree line is about at least 80 feet from the wall.
Okay.
There's no tree like that overhangs the walls.
Okay. Well, still, we could still try and get some trees for extra wood.
We can certainly try if that's something you wish to undertake. Then I will not stop you. Just be wary of exerting yourself before a battle. Anything else?
I think we can wait till morning.
Very well.
I'll go
Everyone
back.
get some
I'm gonna go
rest.
back to sleep.
Very well. The rest of the night goes quietly as the sun rises in the morning. Brightly, clear blue sky. There's not a cloud that interrupts the sun from illuminating the Black Tarn. Seems that this day as well might be beneficial, as no goblin will dare step out. At least that's the belief. What would you guys do in this next day?
I'd probably
Anything different?
I'd probably follow Salphos's advice to cut down some trees for more wood.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's cut down trees and dig out pitfalls with spikes at the bottom and make armed palisades.
Try and make some arrows from the branches. Use the thicker part of the trees as palisades.
You know what I'm gonna do while they're doing all that? So I'm gonna help them with that as well, just reinforcing right around towards, like, I don't know, mid-afternoon, evening in the day. I have, because I was looking at my inventory, and I now have a good reason to use this.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. I got a bottle of wine from the Elven King's Hall. What better fucking day to use it than right fucking now. When we're looking at death in the eye and going like, you slashed like a bitch. So I'm going to gather some of the men that I'm looking after. Maybe Vidar, I guess, and Salphos, and I'm gonna pour them all a small sip from the wine, and we're just gonna toast to hopefully fucking surviving.
I think tonight will be still a quiet night. I think because I think today is when everything shows up, so they'll have tonight to organize, and I think tomorrow night might be.
Well, then what better time to do it than right in the now, my dude?
You don't have to tell me twice to drink.
It's like, here's to living.
Here's to
Valley
living.
pops the cork of the Elven King's wine, takes what horn mugs, shines might be out there, fills up just a little bit for as many people as he can. And you all
And we'll just finish out the bottle.
down the bottle. It's a smooth, sweet red wine.
Bring some to Emiliota, tell her to like, hey, get over here.
Yeah, she drinks it. It's a smooth, sweet red wine that even seems to sort of warm the insides of you as you take the drink. It relaxes you, even that little bit. It doesn't give you a buzz. It doesn't immediately get you drunk or anything like that. It is just refreshing, and for a moment in time, you forget everything that is the situation. If you don't have it, you get inspiration.
Yay!
Yay! I did not have it.
Same.
I am good at getting you guys inspiration lately. We'll just appreciate that in the now.
Right.
Sorry, Vali. Sorry about my outburst a couple days ago.
Yes, whatever. Let's just enjoy the night. Enjoy the afternoon while we can.
We may be dead tomorrow. But that's
Maybe.
tomorrow.
That's why I'm bringing this out now. Just enjoy while we have the chance.
Alright, so the rest of you set out for your tasks for the day. You're felling trees. You can probably, depending on how many trees you want to fell and what other tasks you're looking to do. So if you're focusing on cutting trees and doing what else?
Pitfall traps.
Vidar is just going to focus on trees because he's got raw strength, and you two can figure out how to use the trees.
Okay. Vidar, give me an athletics check.
Really?
Fell the trees.
16 isn't bad, but I feel like it's bad when you have a 9 athletics.
You can immediately burn that inspiration, my dude.
I mean, I could.
This
I'll
wine
say
got
it.
us more trees. 16. Throughout the day, using the axes that are available in the village, you set out to the tree line, and just beginning to chop away at a few. You get about halfway in the day, so about 4 hours later, 4 to 5 hours later, and you've felled 3 trees.
Wow. I mean, cutting trees is hard work. Felling 3 trees in a day.
Oh, make
The
sure to
Iron
save.
Dwarf, man.
Make sure to save some seeds too. Later, we have to give back to the forests.
You say that as Vidar pops one in his mouth. What? What about seeds?
Save. That's how.
Crunch. So you have 3
Baseball player in a
tree
dugout.
trunks, 3 big ass tree trunks.
I bring the trees
Just
into the. I probably have to drag them, just like.
There's probably 1 or 2 warriors that are helping you, but you're doing the majority of heavy lifting here.
All right, let's get to digging and get some pitfalls ready.
both of you give me athletic checks. Actually, survival checks. Sorry.
Right. And that's
By-
what.
By both,
15.
you mean
Volley,
Alphos
I
and
assume
Volley.
Volley was helping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Volley, I need a survival check from you.
I'm glad I didn't do that on stealth.
It would have been a stealth check, not a survival check. 15 and 15! Okay. You get about 4 holes scattered about that are roughly 5 to 6 foot deep by the time the day ends. You can
Okay.
press on into the night, but you will take exhaustion.
Hmm.
Which I should have offered to Vidar as well. You could keep going and take exhaustion.
Vidar's not going to take exhaustion.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna resist the exhaustion.
Okay. So you got 4 pitfalls and 3 trees to help reinforce and barricade defenses when the night comes.
Just hope we get one more day of work.
The night seemingly goes quiet.
I mean, I have night vision apparently, so.
You see a full moon, a full sort of orangish moon, like one of those harvest moons. And the night is just quiet. You hear the wind going through the reeds and the weeds of the lake and the water shifting about. But other than that, it is dead silent.
Can you hear anything, Volley?
Do I? Can I?
I'm trying to hint at rumor of Earth.
But am I tracking anything or am I hunting something?
We're trying to track our goblins.
Okay, I guess I can count. Usually I just always think of that as I'm looking for somebody.
We're trying to keep track if they're coming to attack tonight.
Yeah, I'll do Rumor of Earth and see if goblins are coming.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that survival check.
If we're dying, might as well spend every resource we have.
19! Alright, so you're not going to get the 25 bonus. But you place your ears to the ground and you listen. And at first there's quiet. And you hear sort of almost like wind, like a whooshing sound, a wisping whooshing sound, but then it disappears. And then shortly after that, you hear the footfalls, heavy footfalls of orc and goblin as the reinforcing army, for lack of a better term, you can't place numbers, seem to have arrived and positioned themselves along the surrounding area in the trees. They don't seem to be coming any closer. They don't seem to be marching with haste or in battle stations, as it were. So there's not currently an attack coming, but the enemy is here.
So I'm gonna yell out to blah blah blah. That was supposed to be badass. Now I just fucked it up. I'm gonna yell out to ready weapons because they are here.
When are they coming?
They're fucking here.
Yeah, but they marched all day. Are they going to attack?
I'd
Are they
rather be
moving
safe.
with purpose?
I'd rather be safe than sorry. They're just paused outside the gate.
Outside the gate, I'll look out over the gate.
Give me a perception check.
All right. I get to add double. Are we in wilderness?
Yeah.
I didn't realize I get to add 4 more to this roll, so 14.
14, you don't see anything.
I don't see.
The land is illuminated by the moon, though you don't see anything in the trees currently.
Bali, come up here. This is like Josh and Drake and Josh Moon. Where is the orc army, Bali?
I'm just picturing that. It's just us
Where
over
is
the
the
gate.
orc army, Bali?
Bali, where's the army? Well, I heard them rushing up.
Were they rushing or were they marching?
Marching, rushing, what's the fucking difference?
There's a difference. If they're moving quickly, that's a sign of attack. If they're just walking at a steady pace, that means they're marching, and they might have been marching all day.
Then they're fucking marching.
You hear a voice come from behind you. Would the two of you idiots get down from there? I don't need an arrow bullseyeing the two of you.
You two are in trouble.
I'm just looking like, he started it.
I'm ending it. Go to your room.
No.
We all
Bali
share one
says they're
big
here.
communal room right now.
You just hear, I didn't ask to be part of this family.
Bali
No,
says
then-
they're here, so they're probably arrived. The army, if I have to guess, the army has marched all day, and they'll rest tonight and tomorrow, and then we'll get at least 1 more day's work before.
Then ready your weapons. Whether they marched or not, I've never known an orc to attack without reckless abandon. Just keep watch. Be ready for anything. See what morning brings.
We'll see what night brings first.
As the evening presses on. Everything goes without interruption.
It's
It
quiet.
remains still and silent.
Too quiet.
The deep breath before the plunge. And that brings us to the second day. It's been 2 days since Thea has departed.
You think Thea made it?
Can only hope.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it now.
I had a choice I could make. I could have tracked, followed behind, and see if she's at the North camp captured, or I could have came back and reported what I found and that better prepare us. I unfortunately I have to trust. We just have to trust Thea.
At this point, to those that you still have it, if you have rations, please mark off 2 of them,
I do.
as there is
Does
as
Bali
little
need-
food in here as possible.
Nah, I just burned my last 2 rations. We're good.
All right.
Do the rest
For
of the
now.
soldiers that were? Do they need? Are the rest of the soldiers in the camp? I have 21 rations. I'd be willing to try and keep feeding this small fighting force if it is needed.
The whole village is starving.
All right, I guess I'll pass out some rations.
How many?
We'll do 14. That'll leave me with 7.
Okay. So you feed 14 people. Hey. The next day, around as the sun crests over the trees, a pale mist sort of rolls off the lake and slowly into the village. As everyone sort of like comes out to observe this phenomenon, you see the mist itself becomes hard to see through. It seems to obscure almost everything. You can make out sort of the silhouettes of the reeds and the weeds from the docks. But you blink a few times and then you see another shape inside of it. The silhouette of a person, a tall humanoid creature.
Looks like your
Everyone's-
swamp thing is
everyone's-
here.
Everyone is muttering about themselves in hushed whispers. Who is that? Who's come? Has they come? It's the River Maidens. Has the River Maidens come to help?
Keep your wits about you, mates. Swamp things have come for the enemy. We best not be caught unaware that it's not one of the swamp things. They can come in daylight. Hold fast, no one go out of the gate.
After a moment,
I'm gonna ready an arrow.
Okay. After a moment from the docks, the silhouette moves and begins slowly walking in everyone's direction towards the longhouse. And the mist seems to follow.
Vido in a pose between the individual and the longhouse.
Okay. This is about like 20 feet off.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move sort of out in front of the crowd that has gathered.
Yep.
And
in
a pose, Volley's got an arrow drawn.
It's gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. As the mist sort of moves with the silhouette of a creature, and then after a point, the mist stops. And the creature continues to move, and you see a pale foot poke out from the mist. Very fair, very, very light-skinned, as it continues to walk through and come out of the mist, and you see a very fair woman with long black hair and flowers throughout her hair. She's donned in a rippling corselet of shining armor. She wears a soft smile on her face. And everyone sort of goes and gasps and says, "It is the River Maidens! Be praised, we have saved, the River Maidens have come!"
Do I know where River Maidens are?
Give me a lore check.
Picture just came up. I was about to click on it. I'd be like, is that it? Ooh. No, good thing is
What did you roll?
an 8.
Nate, no, you don't know the River Maidens.
So I'm just gonna lean in. Is someone like right by me by any chance?
The whole crowd is around you, essentially.
So with my arrow drawn,
you were probably like a foot or two in front of everyone, maybe with the exception of Emeliota, but the entire people that are still alive are behind you, maybe by like 2 feet or so.
I'm just gonna like get someone and be like, "Hey, who the fuck's that?"
I lost my place. That's a great thing to do. Let's see here. This is one of the River Maidens that look over the woodmen from the Dusky River. One has always dwelt near the Black Tarn, but we have not seen her as of recently.
So is she with us or no?
Yes, she is.
Okay, I'm just gonna slowly just take the
She's a
tension off my bow.
All right. The River Maiden continues to walk forward and stops probably about 10 feet from Vidar and just sort of looks out across everyone.
I'm still like on guard. I'm not like
sure.
doing.
Sure.
Yeah.
She does a very shallow, slow bow towards the people. Children of the wood, as you hear her voice sort of like echo through all directions of around you, almost unnatural. Children of my blood. Long have you dwelt in the care of me and my sisters. Long have we been friends. Listen now. Against the coming darkness there can be no victory. I shall protect you. Follow me, and I will lead you to a place of safety.
How do we show that we can trust this?
You dare question one of the River Maidens?
I don't know what it is.
I told you, it's a River Maiden. It's a spirit of the river. She's cared for us for millennia. And millennia is just a word I just picked out. That's not actually true. More or less like decades, probably.
Can I insight check the River Maiden? I don't think it's gonna go well, but
Sure, go for it.
I got a bad feeling. 7.
So do I.
7. You listen to her as it throws you off the sort of omnidirectional voice. Her beauty is heartbreaking, but her words seem true.
Can I ask Emeliota, like, what do you think?
That's exactly what I was actually gonna. Oh, if you're gonna do that, then that's cover.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Like, hey, do we have to go with Mom?
I would be a fool of a chieftain to deny their aid of one of our beloved spirits. I will not ask you, the 3 of you, to go with her.
Spirit.
But why all of a sudden? Would it just come out and save us now?
I thought Vidar had something to say. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was waiting.
I was waiting. Spirit, what entails this? What's entailed in this journey?
To leave the Black Tarn, and I will guide you to safety, where you may make a new home for yourselves beneath the wood.
Where is this safety?
North of here, closer to Roskabel. It is no longer safe here, as the orcs and goblins in the coming darkness have made it very well apparent. It is my duty to look after my blood, and I am here to do that.
What about the orcs to the north?
The river is my friend. I can guide us all through.
Well, I think it's better than just sitting here waiting for us to die.
Well, Emeliota, it's your people. It's your choice.
I say we follow. At the very least,
If we're even allowed, we're not blood or hurt people.
Emeliota looks at the River Maiden and looks back at the longhouse. And closes her eyes and thinks for a moment. She looks back at the River Maiden. Please, River Maiden. Guide my family, guide my people from here to safety. I cannot leave. I took upon this mantle when my father died, and I would do him a great dishonor to willingly abandon it.
So you're just gonna die?
Die defending my home.
Your home is your
People
home,
are your home.
Yeah, your home is the people. This is just land.
Home is also the spirits. My father died here, buried beneath the longhouse that we had erected because I showed up at the Folkmoot. An effort he wanted to see through. To leave now would be throwing it all to the wind and dishonoring him.
For you as a chief, it's not dishonoring if your people are safe.
And they will be.
But they'll need a leader still. You're gonna leave them leaderless?
A leader will always rise in times of need.
Well, I won't let you just stay here and die alone.
You, dwarf, you would stay alongside me and throw your life away as well.
Well, Thea's coming back here. Ideally with an army. If we end up beating back the forces, are you just going to keep living here alone?
No, I will find my people in their safety near Roscabel, and I will tell them our homes have been made safe.
Didn't the River Maiden just say this whole area is no longer safe at all?
She did.
There's more coming.
I will do what I can to help you. I can't promise I will lay my life down. Only for you. If your people are safe, I will help you. But Mordred is a threat that needs to be dealt with.
And of you? Volley? What would you do?
I'm gonna look at the people and look back at her. It's like, they're safe, you're not. And I'm not a fan of going quietly. I'll stay with you and defend.
Davos?
How to make this difficult? I can't just let you all go dying on me. So I guess I have to keep watch over all of you and make sure none of you go out.
We can't just let Thea arrive here into a pot into a...
Well, that would have been the smart move. If she would have go with her people, we could sneak by the north camp and be on our way to catch up with Thea. But if it means that much to keep this place, I'm not gonna leave you, Vali, or Vidar as well. I'm not gonna let you have all the fun throwing away for a hopeless cause. Someone's got to keep an eye on you, Master Dwarf.
I won't die here. There's still work for me to do.
River Maiden, I entrust my people in your care, as you have cared for us for all these years. Please, take them from here. Find them a new home. And I will make this one safe for them to return one day. The River Maiden looks down towards her. She's probably about 6 feet to 6.5 feet tall. Amelioda, shield maiden of the Black Tarn, long have you stood in this longhouse. A worthy chieftain as ever. You have done good by your people. Come, my children, and I will take you from here to a much better place, a safer place. And one by one, the people trickle out past the line of you onto the other side. And she steps to the side and with an open arm gesturing towards the mist. They all walk through. Gone. Gone. One by one, till they all are enveloped in the mist and out of your sight. Standing still among you is Amelioda and the remaining warriors, including the ones you trained. Civilians have left. The River Maiden closes her gesture and looks about the rest of you. I wish you luck in the coming tide.
I don't need luck, I got my hammer.
Oh, look at all these fools here. Huh. Alrighty, I guess we're all fools here. It's crazy, but
Then fools we shall be.
Then go in peace. And may the Valar watch over you. She steps backwards into the mist, and as she continues to step after she gets enveloped, the mist recedes with her onto the lake. And the air grows quiet yet again. And this is where we are going to take a break.
We've made a mistake.
we had to persuade, couldn't persuade her. I was waiting, I was like, I'm not good at oh, our persuasion character left.
Yeah, I suck at persuading.
Hail, adventurer! Are you a dungeon master with a desire to transport your players to fantastical settings? Perhaps they are deep in the dungeon of a mad lich. Fools, you have intervened for the last time. Let's see you survive my fireball. Or perhaps the party has just come across bandits, and the Goliath monk releases a flurry of blows and a stunning strike to gain control of the conflict. Nice rolls on the attack. Or maybe the party is taking a breather after another difficult quest. If this sounds like something you want at your next ttrpg session, then head over to battlebards.com. By subscribing to BattleBards Prime, you get the ability to immerse your players in your campaign. You'll get complete streaming access to the libraries of both BattleBards and Platemail games. And whether your game is in person or virtual, you won't be limited, as you will have access to a caster and a mixer to be able to broadcast the tracks to all of your players. And of course, if you want to download
and keep any tracks, then you get 20% off all in-store purchases. So what are you waiting for, adventurer? A quest posting at the local guild hall? Get over to battlebards.com and subscribe today, and use the coupon code ADVENTURE at checkout. Stay proficient, adventurers. Hail, adventurer! Are you a dungeon master with a desire to transport your players to fantastical settings? Perhaps they are deep in the dungeon of a mad lich.
Fools, you have intervened for the last time. Let's see you survive my fireball.
Or perhaps the party has just come across bandits, and the Goliath monk releases a flurry of blows and a stunning strike to gain control of the conflict. Nice rolls on the attack. Or maybe the party is taking a breather after another difficult quest. If this sounds like something you want at your next ttrpg session, then head over to battlebards.com. By subscribing to BattleBards Prime, you get the ability to immerse your players in your campaign. You'll get complete streaming access to the libraries of both BattleBards and Platemail games. And whether your game is in person or virtual, you won't be limited, as you will have access to a caster and a mixer to be able to broadcast the tracks to all of your players. And of course, if you want to download and keep any tracks, then you get 20% off all in-store purchases. So what are you waiting for, adventurer? A quest posting at the local guild hall? Get over to battlebards.com and subscribe today, and use the coupon code ADVENTURE at checkout. Stay proficient, adventurers.
Welcome back. All right. Before we get any further, we have one announcement that is not on our ad break, so you didn't see it because you can't, and that is because in 2 weeks, on October 19th, we will be taking a short break from the Darkening of Mirkwood, as will be taking a journey on our one-shot of Sins of the Father, DM'd by Lindsay.
Hi!
As we are going to follow the story of Mathan and the Cursed Blade. And it's going to be a special solo adventure, a very intimate setting between DM and single player, and the rest of us are going to have a break.
Mod in chat.
Yep.
Yes.
So Lindsay will be DMing Adventures in Middle-earth for the first time. So that's in 2 weeks, and we get to see what happens with Mathan and what the hell he's been up to this entire time.
I'm super excited.
Should be fun.
I'm excited too.
We all know how our last one-shot went.
That was
One-shot,
awesome.
multi-shot, with 2 dungeons deep.
Well, I
So-
mean, if somebody dies in this, there's only one option.
No, but... That's what you think. What?
I'm really intrigued because I have never seen a single. Well, that's not true. I've seen one single player.
I have 2,
campaign.
but
Or not even
Should be
campaign,
good.
one shot. Yeah, it should be good. I'm excited.
So mark your calendars, and by mark them, I mean just show up here at the same time like you always do, and you will be treated to a new adventure. Ever expanding the lore and the story of this setting beyond what Tolkien had written. All right, so with that, we will return to tonight's session. and we are going to transition to Thea. So the rest of you may deafen up.
I can't deafen because then the stream won't be able to
How do I do
hear.
that?
I got you.
So I'm just gonna take off my headset.
Now Matt just gets to sit there and observe. He's just a face on a camera. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Thea,
Yes.
you depart
Oh,
upon
boy.
Windfulla, heading north along the dusky river, making your way for Woodmen-Town. Yes. I mix up the Woodman settlements all the
I
time.
know. Me too. Other than Mountain Hall.
So you ride with haste and as fast as you can, but this music is too calm.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Great. Good to know. Are you in?
I mean, I had my headphones off the whole last bit. I am in.
Can you hear anything?
Nope.
That's a no. All right. Well, we're gonna move on anyway.
It's fine. Yeah. Theater of mind!
Hopefully Matt's still using it. Windfulla gallops past the lake of the Black Tarn, cutting through low-rising mists that come up to about what would be your ankle if you were walking. You break into the tree line and continue on, and you hear way out in the distance the yelps and screeches of goblins as they are aware of your presence at this point. You hear clamoring and the sound of metal as it sounds like weapons are being drawn and they are moving in your direction.
I would like... Do I have any indication... With Thea's general knowledge, being a fighter, the Kingsguard, rider of Rohirrim, adventurer, so on and so forth, is there any knowledge she may have or be able to use to infer if where she is right now might be a location where like the goblins are going to be more condensed and together, and then like as she travels further out they will be more sparse, if that makes sense, or if they might be more condensed like throughout the whole forest. I don't think that made sense.
No, I don't know what check that would be. You're questioning of where you are right now, if they're more concentrated than they would be later on.
If I would assume that or something.
You can assume that. I mean,
or
if you know that they were encircling the Black Tarn, then you probably know that there is some concentration of them immediately outside the Black Tarn, and once you get past that initial line, it might be less. You're more than welcome to assume that.
Okay.
As far as a check to know that for sure, just give me a wisdom check, straight wisdom
Okay.
check.
Okay.
24. Yeah, you can probably safely assume that if you can get past the first line, that your chances of running into them are going to be greatly reduced.
Okay. I will take the time now to not only kind of have my enchanted sword out in a way where it's not fully out, but I can see the light and keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Or the luminance. But I would also like to take the time now to take that Shadowthorn potion that Salphos gave me.
Okay. So yeah, you hold out your sword a bit, you pop the salve, down it, and you keep running on, galloping on. Moments later, you see figures running and darting from tree to tree, out as they're trying to get out ahead of you and stage some form of ambush or stand as they're trying to halt you.
Okay. I don't know if there's any way while on Winfula to try to like dash and bypass it at the same time or something.
Yeah, you can dash. It's essentially the question is at this point: are you going to use your action to dash, or are you doing something else?
My plan was to literally dash and dash and dash.
Okay.
Until out of danger.
Okay. Go ahead. As you take the reins and you, I don't want to say smack. I don't even know what that is, what that's called when you actually crack the reins to like get the horse to go faster.
Right.
I'm not an aquarian. Whatever. Equestrian. There it is. Equestrian.
I thought you said aquarium, and I was like, what?
Equestrian.
Yes.
Winful picks up the pace, is trying to dodge thick roots. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw as some of the goblins are in position and are making a couple of bow attacks at you.
Okie dokies. Straight roll, correct?
For a dex save?
Yep.
Yeah, unless you have something that gives you...
No, I think only if I get knocked off my horse or attempted to. If my mount is subjected to an effect, yeah. Okay. I was just making sure. 21.
21, as you ride on and you hear the whistling of two arrows right past your head, and another one, a couple of others hitting the grounds around Winfola, but quite a few actually nick past your armor, and one scratching past your face. You take half of 17 piercing damage.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
4 archers.
Half of 17.
Yeah.
Do you want that rounded up?
So 9.
Okay. Ow. Boo.
Mm.
Nothing.
But at that point, you speed past them.
Okay.
As the rest of them now got into their position, and you pretty much overtake them and head on past, and they're a little taken aback on how quickly you snuck up on them and have passed them, and you hear them just like gargling back to one another.
You let her go! Get out there! Get on her! Don't let anyone escape!
Oh boy.
You get about another 60 or so feet as the goblins sort of disappear from behind you. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Or what, Paul? No more advantage, disadvantage in terms of what? 10. Your tunnel vision. You don't even care about the goblins that you just bypassed. You're just focused on getting out and as far away as you can and trying to cover the ground to Woodmen-Town. Oh, did I not turn those on? Oh, fuck. That's my fault. No. So for tonight, unfortunately, no. My bad. You crack the reins and you keep going. You hear the heavy breathing from Winful as she just keeps gaining ground. But as you come across to the one part of the river, the Dusky River sort of bends out, and you ride out around this bit of the fog and the mist. You feel a cold breeze cross your path. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, a cold breeze?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Is this okay? There's lots of cold breezes happening. Oh no.
11.
Oh no. Yeah. I don't like this.
You feel the cold breeze rush past your face, and Winful keeps pressing on. And as you do, you feel your vision slowly getting darker and darker, and it goes black as Thea falls unconscious.
Oh no! Oh no! Quick random question. I'm sure this is the answer is yes or whatever, but I just wanted to make sure this is Windfulla dashing at 120 feet around, right? Okay. Oh
As
no,
fast
I'm
as you can.
unconscious. Okay.
As you
Okay.
fall unconscious and are at the mercy of Windfulla.
That was fast. Oh
And you still can't hear music?
no. No.
Man, okay.
That's okay. I'm creeped out enough.
It's fine. I was just gonna return to a track that's like your favorite.
No! No, okay. All you had to do is tell me that, and I know which one you're talking about, and it's already playing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I can refresh if you want me to.
No.
Okay.
That's fine. I mean, you can. I'm not gonna restart stuff. Oh, you also take 1 shadow point, by the way.
6 shadow points. Okay. Okay.
Your vision goes black.
Oh no.
And after a moment, you feel like you come to consciousness. You stand at the base of a hill. You look around when Windfulla's nowhere to be seen. There's like an overcast setting. The trees themselves hang low, drooping almost, some with dead branches of no leaves. You hear the crows squawking around a fortress atop a hill with a single tower that rises above, and you see like an emerald green, eerie, luminescent lights, almost fog-like, just swirling about. You see a host of forces atop the hill, and a single rider atop the back of them. You look up and you see a lone eagle circling. It's not long until you have that thought that Lindsay just had.
It's my dream.
This is the dream that has haunted Thea's nightmares for years.
Oh.
And a single feather from that eagle begins to fall. As you watch it, you see the eagle fly away. But the feather comes before you. As it brings your gaze back down, you see marching in unison, marching down from the hill. And that lone rider behind, riding atop a black horse, draped in black armor and black cloth, guiding them down. You blink, the host is right in front of you.
Oh god.
Silent, faceless. The mounted figure comes through as the ranks part and comes up in front of you and circles with the horse. You look at the horse, it has red, fiery eyes. With every breath from its nostrils, you can see almost as if cold air coming through. The horse nudges you. You step, regain yourself. The rider dismounts. Standing, probably, you're like 6 foot, probably just ever such slightly taller than you. Rests its hand on the hilt of its sword and gets right down to your eyes. And you look where the face would be and you see an endless black void. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Come on, Thea. Did it click? I can't. Oh, because I have battle bards up. Herp, herp, herp. Oh, no, it didn't click. Okay. Oh my god!
You are frightened.
Yeah,
Frightened
I am.
and unconscious, but you are frightened in this situation.
I am frightened. Oh crap. What?
Kneel.
And you find yourself fighting, but you find one leg kicks back, and you go down to one knee and kneel in front of this host, bowing your head. You hear the metallic sheen from the sword get pulled from the sheath.
Oh, hear 'em.
You feel the sword go right to your neck. You feel the cold blade almost burn into the side of your neck, and it gently lifts your jaw to meet the non-existent gaze of the one in front of you.
Is this how you thought it would end? Plagued by a nightmare. No, in these lands, nightmares are real. Your dream, glimpsing into the wraith world.
Oh god.
And you see the free hand reach down and grab gently. You feel the hand sort of grab onto the side of your face. And you feel your eyes widen, unable to break your gaze from this figure. You feeling your breath quickening, almost to the point of hyperventilating until it stops. You hold your breath, whether you did so knowingly or not. And you feel a burn from the hand.
Rise, Thea of Westmarch.
Oh no.
And become Thea of the Morgul Vale. You will command my armies. Return to Armen Barglia.
What?
As the figure pulls you to your feet, and the sword sheaths again. And with a gentle breeze, the host behind the rider and the rider itself slowly get pulled away into dust and fades away. You turn back. The horse remains, beckoning to you. As it kicks the dirt, shakes its mane, lowers its head. You walk over. You brush the side of the horse and come to the saddle. Inspect the saddle. This is Windfuller. You snap back to consciousness. You look around. Day has turned to night. There's not a sound in the forest. As you look around, you look down, you see Windfuller, the horse that you are atop, is now black. Black as night. Her very eyes alit with an orange flame. You look down at your hands. You see that your Rohirrim leather gauntlets and your riding gloves, now a black iron chainmail.
I'm awake now?
You're awake.
Oh, no.
You look at your sword, In the Rohirrim sword that was there, you see a menacing-looking long sword made of black iron. Thea, you are now an agent of the enemy.
I died?
Maybe.
Oh no.
Oh no. I'm so sad.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, Thea will never make it to Woodmen-Town. She pulls back on the reins and looks back the way she came, turns Windfuller around, and slowly heads back off,
Oh
heading
my
south.
god. That con save. Oh my
And
god.
wisdom save, actually.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I'm sorry.
Oh man. That's a lot to unpack.
It is.
Okay.
But at this point in time,
Okay.
Thea is an agent of the enemy, and I would like you to keep that from them,
Yep.
obviously.
Alrighty.
We will discuss more. Not on camera, all of you. But there might be a chance I have you sit out next week.
Alrighty.
Okay?
Sounds good.
But Thea is alive.
Well, yes, but
She is alive.
we'll talk more. Yeah, we'll talk more.
So we'll see what happens. But as it stands right now,
Because Agent of Enemy has its own
Yeah.
weird descriptions and mechanics for in Adventures in Middle Earth than anything
Yeah.
else. So we'll talk more.
But yeah, as it stands right now, no help is coming to the Black Tarn.
All right. No. I can deafen myself again then, assuming to not have people, them assume, like something bad happened if I just stay on unmuted or whatever.
So let's take a moment here. Let's let that settle in so the others can, feel like there's a lot more happening here. I mean, a lot just fucking happened.
Oh my god. Wow.
What do you think happened, Thea? What do you think that was all about?
My brain isn't working.
Brain isn't working. So, all right.
I don't know. I need more processing. Lots of processing.
That's fine. All right. Well then, let me switch up my soundscapes, assuming everyone's still hearing them. Yeah, it's regular grassland should work. All right, Thea.
I'll
Deafen up,
deafen.
please. Thanks for playing. Now it's just us, people. Let me see if I can get everyone else back here.
Let's go.
Hello.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm just waiting on Matt. Everyone enjoy their extended break. It's like spring break. It's a 3-day weekend.
Well, see, I met this girl.
You get tested? Welcome back.
Apparently, Thea died, so Big rip.
No. Nope.
No, she's dead.
She's not dead.
I came to that conclusion. I can't be wrong.
I'm just
All
yelling like Pippin. Be like, he's not dead.
I just hope my shadow form is even handy. But
Gandalf! Denethor's lost his mind! He's burning Faramir alive! I love that scene, but I cannot wrap my head around the distance for everybody, not just Denethor, that Denethor had to run while on fire. The distance Pippin had to do from the top level of Minas Tirith, go down how many levels, find Gandalf, ride back up, and they didn't set fire yet?
it was dramatic flair.
They had to bring wood and oil.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Cool. So,
Yeah, BattleBards stop playing. Oh,
It's working.
apparently I got kicked out.
Oh, no!
And there was a new invite. I'm back in.
did you hear anything?
Not right now, but if you might have to restart the track.
Bloop.
Yeah, there we go.
Grasslands.
Ah, peaceful after those bad rolls from Thea.
So, in the next, in the third day, since Thea's departure, the rest of you sort of walk the grounds and try to make sure that your defenses are as sturdy as they can be. All of you go ahead and give me a perception check. As you do look about, a thick fog sort of just rolls off the lake and from the trees and obscures the land and sort of dampening the sunlight, making it a prime moment for goblins. 10 from the dwarf, 25 from Vali.
Salfos?
Salfos.
Oh, sorry. Perception.
What do your eyes see?
What do my normal man eyes see? 25.
25, okay. The two men, Vali and Salfos, you don't hear like a large host of forces, but you hear like little clamoring, almost like sneaking, and you hear something going on sort of like the eastern wall. As you head over that direction, you just hear,
All right, I'll host you up and get over the wall. Is get in there and let's see if I can steal some stuff. Might be able to gut a few. All right. Get in a position. All right.
Can I get underneath right where this is happening? So right when he comes over the wall, I'm just gonna be like, whack.
I mean, it's like a 8-foot wall,
Well, if they're gonna launch
so
somebody,
you'd be out of reach to whack them.
I'll
yeah,
sit
you
and
can
wait,
get
and
right underneath.
I'll sit and wait and get ready to time this whack.
That's whack.
Okay. A moment later, you see like a green hand with like yellowish nails grip over.
All right, I'm over. Claim it. Ah, hell. Well. All right, we need to rethink this. Why? I saw one over there. You saw one? What are you mindless? Get out of here.
Are they still the other side of like wood? Can I like stab my sword through and like possibly just hit one through the little gap?
How wide do you think this is? It's a wall.
I've seen some magic. I didn't know if it was like a wood stacked timber wall where there might be like a.
No, it's a little bit better put together than that.
Okay. I've seen more comical things happen.
All right. At that point, you hear him sort of scamper away and be like, oh. And you hear the footsteps quicken, and you hear like about 6 or 7 crawling over, and they all lift themselves up over, and you see 7 of them right on the line. I need those that are currently aware of it to roll initiative.
So I'm not even rolling initiative yet.
Yeah, the 2 of them ran off hearing this.
Should I put myself on the map for that?
Yeah.
Alright.
We are giants with a step. We stride through Mirkwood.
Oh, that's the wrong little forest goblin. Bye.
I think I get initiative boost later.
Where the heck did I put?
So it didn't throw me in the turn order, despite that I had my token selected. Let's try and get it. There we go.
Ah, there's the forest goblin. There he is.
You almost rolled your same exact initiative.
I know, right?
I'm only rolling... Oh, wait. Oh, I guess fine. Fine. I'll put 3 out here. There's 7 of them, but I'm only gonna roll 3 initiatives to try and make it a little streamlined. Yeah, this is arbitrary violence. That's the track I'll use. Alright, let me sort that. Alright, first up is 2 of the forest goblins, who are at the top of the wall and are going to pull out their spears and chuck them down at Salfos, as he's the only one there immediately they see. They're going to do so with advantage from the height, from having high ground. It's a little easier for them to throw them.
It's over, Anakin.
23 and a 22.
Both will hit.
Total of 10 piercing. Oh wow, it's gonna bring us to all the goblins, so I'm just gonna roll the attacks here. It's just gonna be a hail of... What?
I don't like that.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it may have sounded initially, but the first 2 are natural 20s.
Salfos just goes do.
And then 11, 16, and 18.
None of those will hit.
Okay.
How's it feel? What?
4, 6.
Okay, no,
22 piercing damage from all of it when it's said and done.
So an additional 12 or 22 additional to that first 10, or
What?
22 more or 22 total.
That was 22 of the whole round, the second round of attacks.
Okay, so 22 more.
That will end all the goblins. Salfos. Actually, they all drop down.
Okay,
They
good.
throw their spears and they drop down.
Alright, I'm going to, since they're starting their raid, I'm gonna pop 1 red water lily potion, so additional 2 damage for the next hour.
All right, use your bonus action.
Yep. And then I'm gonna rush. Are there 2 goblins close enough for me to like basically run up and hit
You're
one?
basically surrounded right now.
Oh, okay. Well, good thing I still have advantage on first round from Way of the Wild. So I'll attack 1 goblin first. 29.
29 will hit.
And then let's throw in the sneak attack. Since I had advantage, that'd be 19 on the first goblin.
Okay. First goblin, as soon as he drops down, you just run up on him and just drive the sword through his gut before he's able to pull his other weapon to pull up a defense.
Okay. Is he still standing, or am I kicking him
Kill
off?
the first one.
All right,
You kill
I'm kicking him off the blade after running him through. I'm just gonna kick him off the blade and swing on the next one.
Yeah, you kick him off. He falls backwards onto the wall and slides down. You see a big smear of goblin blood. 27 will hit.
Hang on. Alright, 27 hit, and then another round more sneaky, so another 17.
You only get sneak attack once per round.
Oh, okay, then just 11. I was reading through and I didn't see though.
Yep.
Once per turn there it was. Yep. Never mind. Yep. So just 11. Oh well, 13 plus 2.
13. That'll kill the second one.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna remove that one's head and just fling the head, shield bash the head into another goblin and get ready for another round of attacks coming at me.
Volley. As you see, several goblins drop from the walls as they've chucked spears down at Salphos. You see Salphos take on 2 of them pretty much immediately, but the goblins stand between you and him. As Lindsay comes back with ice cream.
Alright, as Lindsay comes back with an ice cream, I'm gonna take a bite from it, and then I'm going to pull out my bow with a mouthful of ice cream and make my shots at the goblin in between us. Actually, real quick, before I do that, how far is it between me and him? Roughly.
You and the goblin?
Yeah,
Or Salphos?
between me and the goblin.
Did you go up with Salphos? Or did you stay back behind as he trotted on over?
I'm just gonna say I went with him.
Okay, then he's probably within melee range right now, so doing an arrow would be disadvantage.
Okay, then I'm gonna take out my sword. I'm just always used to being long range. Are we in the wilderness per se at all?
Yeah.
Okay, then first round of attacks get advantage this time. And then shebang. Oh, thank God for the advantage.
24 and 17 will both hit.
Bang, and then
7.
+2, so +4 total for servant of the enemy.
Okay.
And then, since I got my broadsword out, I gotta remember my swordmaster feature, because I always forget that, and it always fucks me up. Okay, with that, I'm gonna move a little bit closer to Salphos to help him with the goblins if needed, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. That will bring us to the top of the round. At that point, 2 other goblins at the main gate crawl over, along with an Uruk.
Ugh. Didn't know Uruk's made that noise. So I kind of.
No, but
Molly,
it's
do you
kinda
need Molly, do you need the swordmaster details? I could put it in.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I can send it if necessary. It's more so a reminder for me because I forget it as my proficiency bonus to my AC, and I always forget to do that.
Yeah, that's why I have like 3 ACs in my AC slot.
Vidar, you see them jump over
You can do
the
that?
front gate, so you can join the fray here.
Oh, yay! I get to kill stuff, maybe. Ooh! Ooh, that's some good initiative! For once.
I like to think the 2 of them ran off to the other side to the wall, and you're just sitting there on a chair with your hammer, and as soon as someone jumps over, you're like, alright, let's go.
But I can't all of us go over to one side. Can't get flanked.
So top of the round now is 2 of the goblins that came over the front gate. We're going to run through closer towards the longhouse. They see the dwarf readying himself, and they're going to throw 2 spears at him.
Before I can fury.
15,
Misses.
13,
Misses.
as they both land short. Brings us to the forest goblins over by Salphos and Vali. Let's see, there's Salphos, you're gonna take 3 attacks, and Vali, you'll take 2. Each of you will take 1 that's at advantage for flanking. So Salphos, you have a 13, which will miss, a 14, and a 20.
All miss.
Okay. As you just take a flurry of blows, you bring up your shield and just glance off, and then you bat it away to try and parry them away. Volley. The advantage one is at is a 21.
Hits.
And then the other one is a 7.
Nice.
You take a total of 6 piercing
Ow.
as they just kind of run up and just like get a quick jab in and hunker back for a defensive position. Vidar.
Oh, wait. Can I do a reaction to revenge? Whoever hits
Yes,
the
you can.
one. I keep forgetting about that one too.
You use your reactions, you take the hit. A 9 will unfortunately miss as he backpedals and you swing wildly, and it just goes right over his head for a second as he ducks. Vidar.
Vidar's gonna say, okay, let's do this. And he's gonna walk up to the 2 goblins that yeeted this spears at him.
Alright, so
And-
you move up 20 feet.
With his hammer. He's just gonna go ahead and start off with a reckless attack.
Okay. 26. Definitely will hit. 12.
Still standing.
First one is still standing.
Second attack.
16 will hit. First goblin is down. As you bring up the hammer and you smack him to the side and you bring it up over your head and come down almost like in an axe swing and hit him on the top of the shoulder and just put him right into the ground.
And I just stretch and I say, that was a good stretch. Now I'm in the mood. And I turn to the other goblin.
Stalfos.
All right. So, how many goblins are threatened by me and Bali?
5.
Okay, both of us are threatening 5 of them. Okay.
I mean, it's a melee. There's 5 goblins and there's 2 of you, and you're basically surrounded in a small area between the wall and a building.
Okay, I just for like sneak attack flank purpose rule. I just want to make sure. That's why. All right, so I'll attack 1 and gain flank.
You can essentially attack 1 right now that would be deemed sneak attack.
Yeah,
Everyone else is not.
that's what I was looking for. Just so that way. All right, so I'll do the sneak attack first. 29.
29 will hit.
All right. Plus 18.
Yeah, he drops dead.
Yeah, because I don't even need the sneak attack extra. All right, yeah, so we'll
As you
just
come up behind the one of the ones that's facing Volley, and you just bring the sword right across its neck, and you just cleave it from the shoulders.
finesse weapon. All right, and then we'll go after another one.
Okay. These will be straight rolls.
Yep, I took the modifier down. 17.
17 will hit.
All right, and how about 19 damage?
Yeah, they're dead.
I'm just gonna impale another one and kick him off and in the general direction of the other ones. The scare will make. Bonus action. I'm gonna shout two arms to try and get our NPC folks out here.
Okay.
Because I noticed they're not in the fight. That's. Yeah, I'll just use my bonus action for that. Then that can count.
Okay. That brings us to those 4 of the 7 are dead. So there's 3 left. Yes, math. So that will bring us to the Black Uruk, who is going to move up behind the goblins that were in front of him. He's gonna pull out a whip in one hand and swing it above his head and crack it, and it just echoes through town.
Someone yells, "Daddy!"
As he cracks it, he barks orders at the goblins.
The eye is watching. Now stick your knives in their guts.
That is his bonus action. As the goblins sort of look back, but the orc is going to get closer, and he is going to make an attack with the other hand with a scimitar against Vidar.
Oh!
With a 23,
Yeah, that'll hit.
9 slashing.
I am not I'm not in a fury, so I just take it all.
Yep. And that will end his turn. Volley.
Making attacks at the goblins or whoever's around me right now.
There's still 3 goblins.
Yep,
Yeah.
we're gonna attack them.
There should be room for you to maneuver around now. If you want to flank
Ooh, there we go.
a crit.
The 8 will miss, the 25 natural 20 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And then +2 on that for servant of the enemy.
Yeah, you just run your blade, you take off the arm of one of them, and he drops his dagger, and he just sort of looks up and going, and you just drive it through his throat and kick him to the ground. There's 2 left.
Okay, I'm just gonna maneuver so prevent any flanking, and that'll be Volley's turn.
She's in here.
She's howling.
Open the door.
You open the door.
I'm running a campaign. I do hear the meowing.
Someone's yeah. We don't even hear them as. I don't. You can tell her that we don't even hear them yowling. So that's a her.
Okay. That brings us to
I got
the
my
goblin
bugs.
in front of
Can I send my
Vidar.
dog after him?
With the commands barked by the orc behind him, he is going to make his attacks at Vidar with a natural 20. Wow.
Maybe I should have feared.
With a 5,
Bad
it's
idea.
pretty low damage. With 7 piercing, but we'll get to 8 thanks to the orc.
Oh, a whole
The ability
another
gives
one.
yeah, the orc's ability lets him add +1 damage.
Ooh.
I'm still like 1 hit dice away from full health, so not terrible.
That will end.
Plus
his
5 ton.
turn.
Let's go.
Brings us to the 3 forest goblins remaining by Salphos and Volley. 2 attacks to Salphos, 1 an advantage, 24,
We'll
and
hit.
then a 21.
We'll also hit.
Total of 10 piercing.
I will make a reaction
Okay.
for revenge as well. Here we go. Normal. I'll do the one that has advantage.
25 will hit.
17.
He
Christ.
strikes out at you, and the blade sneaks past your armor just a bit, and you actually reach out with your shield arm and free up your hand and grab his wrist, pull him close and right into your sword. And then you shove him to the ground as he falls dead.
All right, take care of that pain in the butt.
And then volley, and 7, which will miss.
Yeah.
But as Salphos throws the one to the ground, the other ones start moving and start climbing back and fall. Retreat!
Now would be a good time to shoot them, volley.
Vidar.
There's still a goblin next to me, right?
The goblin and Uruk.
Well, I can potentially kill the goblin in one go. Smack! Oh!
Yeah, he's dead.
Just like break the sound barrier with my hammer. Boom! Leave a crater behind. And then I can turn on the Uruk. Give me. Okay. I feel it in my bones. Crit.
Share your energy with me.
Oh! So close.
26 will hit. Yeah. 15 damage.
And that's the end of my turn. Just smacking things.
Okay.
Just dwarf things.
That will bring us to Salphos.
Are those goblins at a attack range?
They're at the top of the wall. They're out of melee range.
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if they started the climber. Okay. How far away is the Uruk?
From you, probably 60 feet. I mean, you don't even... It came in from the gate from where you are. And you would probably have to go 30 feet this way and round a corner to even know what's going on over there. There's a couple of buildings in your way.
Well, all right. So I guess if Vidar's not shouting for help, then I guess I won't. Thinking. Quick. Are the NPCs? What are they doing? Our allies? Are they finally moving out, or are they still not?
From where you are, you can't tell.
Okay.
You can't see the longhouse from here.
I'm gonna make my way to the longhouse just in case there's trouble there,
Okay.
and I'll use
30 feet.
I'll use cunning action to dash.
Okay. That'll pretty much get you to, like, in the net, probably gets you to, like, 30 feet from the longhouse door.
Okay.
Total.
Then I'll hold my action to attack any foe.
Okay. Brings us to the Uruk. Who, after the two goblins fell and heard one of the goblins on the other side panic and run, he sort of snarls, "Pull back!" And he's going to back off and start heading back. You get an attack of opportunity, Vidar.
I always forget if I reckless, does it last beyond my turn?
I don't know.
I'm Googling it really quick.
I feel like that's a
okay.
round thing,
Yeah,
but
it's the first result says it only lasts on your turn, so
okay.
that is what I'll
Okay.
just go with. Curses.
An 11, unfortunately, as you swing away and the hammer goes boom into the ground as he steps back. And he dashes
I mean, I could
towards
put
the
my
gate.
inspiration. No.
You can. He dashes towards the gate and begins to climb. That will end his go. Volley.
Bali.
Yes.
There you go. Your turn.
Okay. Do I still see the goblins at the top of the gate?
Yeah, they're on top of the wall.
Can I shoot them up Main Street?
You can certainly try.
That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck me, dude.
Yeah, unfortunately, the arrow actually goes boom right into the wall, and the goblin looks down and goes.
Waste
But
of
12
answer.
will also miss. So that will end your go. Brings us to that goblin. That hunk of goblins dead. The rest of them get down on the other side, and you can hear them running away. Vidar.
So how high on the wall? Where is the Uruk?
He's on the wall. He's probably about.
Math.
Doing math. Oh, he is on top of the wall.
Oh wow, he made good speed. Good movement. How far away am I from the wall?
30 feet.
How tall is the wall?
8 feet.
Can I, since I have 45 feet of movement, can I run to the wall, leap, and try to smack him on the top of the wall with my hammer?
You can certainly try. I'll have you make an athletics check before you make the attack.
That's fair.
All right.
16.
16. You run and you get as fast as you can as you bring up heft the hammer. You leap into the air to try and bring it down on top of them 8 feet in the air. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Now, can I make this attack reckless for advantage?
No.
Okay.
it's already reckless.
Technically, it is already reckless.
A 21 will hit, even with the little
only
AC
six.
buff he got. You sort of like catch his calf muscle. Ow.
quite late.
I assume I can't take my second attack before I hit the ground. Can I?
No. Not in this case.
Then for my second attack, can I have a sling stone. Can I just take my sling stone and just throw it? Which is one of my
Sure.
sling stones. Not even using
Roll
the
d20
sling.
and add your dexterity.
Not even using the sling. Just.
If only you were a hobbit. Oh!
Wow, I can't tell what it is. My roll 20's lagging.
You throw the stone up and it hits the wood right next
Nat
to
one.
him, right just perfectly where it bounces straight back and hits you in the forehead. And you're, fuck the.
Oh, my turns, beard. Fuck.
Roll.
Effort.
Oh, that was funny.
Good effort. Salvos.
That was terrible damage, though. That's lowest damage.
Still gonna make my way.
Stone. Paul, sling stone.
Make my way to the longhouse and get the alarm raised.
You get inside and you see a handful of the warriors getting their gear and making their way towards the door. It's not a long time passes between rounds.
I know. I just want to make sure they're.
Yeah, they're on their way.
Well, hurry up, lads. What are you waiting for?
Anything else?
No. I mean, if they're all getting ready, I'll just hold my action if anything comes to attack us.
Okay. That'll bring us to the Uruk, who's going to drop down on the other side and continue to run away.
Can I take an opportunity attack through the wall? Just no, I know I can't. It'd be fun. It's a funny
Come here,
image.
boy.
Volley.
Do I have any visuals I can take a shot at?
There's a wall in front of you.
Can I just punch the wall?
Sure.
No. Just see volley, just run on. Fuck. Can I move up to the top of the wall where I can get a visual?
There is no ramparts. It is a palisade wall.
Okay. Damn. Okay, then with
Goblins
that.
are just very good at climbing things.
No, that's fine.
They're scraggly.
With no enemies in sight, I'm just gonna withhold an action. If I see a servant of the enemy come over the wall, I'm going to shoot it in the face.
Okay. That will bring us to the top of the round. Is anyone going to pursue? Because they are going to continue their retreat.
No.
No.
Okay. So then we will drop out of hostility.
I didn't even use fury, so.
Alright, so as the goblins fall back, trying to get back to my soundscapes. Back to a calm, peaceful day. That's
Fine.
nice. As they fall back in retreat, seemingly this is the first of their probing attacks to gauge the defense. And in broad daylight, with the mist and the fog hanging heavy over above your heads, blotting out the sun, enough for the goblins and orcs to brave the light of day. What are we doing?
I'm gonna immediately take a short rest because I took some damage.
Hey, I took a lot of damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna take I'll take a short rest.
Okay, so as the warriors and now militia, essentially, make their way out of the longhouse and sort of take up positions as you guys kind of fall back and lick your wounds a bit to continue their vigil. You may use your hit dice, regain any abilities from your short resting.
Okay, I'm topped off again.
That hit die didn't work. Let me look at the book.
Low roll on my hit die, but
A couple of hours pass, and it seems fairly quiet. A woodman patrol goes out. They take down the barricades and they assess the grounds to make sure no one outside. the walls are trying to like burrow or do anything like that. Subterfuge to try and get back in as you all continue about your day. They eventually return about early evening. Unscathed, they seem to not have been attacked. But they head to Ameliota, who then beckons for the three of you to come join her.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just try to. Loading book. Yeah. I think you're doing the RP part while I.
The scouts report no issues with the wall integrity or any lie in wait to ambush with an attack forthcoming. But they did spot this, lost it. I can't think of words right now.
That's okay. I'm sure
Marsh
I'll come back to
Dwellers.
you.
The Marsh Dwellers. I spotted them. They're hanging on the outskirts in the east. We were spotting dragging away bodies. It's not right for me to ask, but I know we need to know more information if we're going to defend against this. Would one of you or all of you be able to go scout, not engage, and see how many Marsh Dwellers we might be dealing with?
Not engaging is not something I can do.
I can do it.
If I go out there, something's dying, so I'll stay here.
Alright.
Do I want to risk it with my shit rolls?
Just need to know what is out there. We've had orcs and goblins at this point. We see the Marsh Dwellers. Is only Salphos going?
Like it. I'm gonna do one more hit die just to be. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll go too. Might as well fuck up the campaign.
Okay. Very well. Do not engage.
Which is
I do
why
not
I'm
doubt
not
your
going.
I do not doubt you in a fight, but we best not provoke an attack we are not ready for. Go back, go there, assess how many Marsh Dwellers, what is there, there's another force, and what are they doing beyond just dragging the orc bodies away. I'll have my men clean out the ones we've slaughtered in here to make sure we don't antagonize anything further. See what you can find out.
Sounds good.
Preferably before nightfall. They get a little bit more bold during night.
We can do that.
Okay.
I guess while they're gone, Vida's just gonna take the bodies of the goblins and just yeet them over the wall.
Alright.
Just so they're not within the settlement.
Alright, so the two of you head off. They open the gate as Vidar is just throwing bodies over the wall as they open the gate.
I'm gonna look back to see him like dropping the bodies, shake my head, and keep walking.
And you see through the fog couple of two looming figures way in the distance in the east. You see a couple of large piles of rocks seem to be stacked with purpose. But they're just sort of looming, moving back and forth, paying you no mind. It's a good distance away, but you can at least see them until they head back into a portion of the forest and out of sight. How would we like to proceed?
Stealthily.
Yeah.
Stealth checks.
We're still in the wilderness, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, just double checking. With advantage with the Sindarin boots, a 15.
Wait, how do you get that?
Sindarin boots.
15.
Oh. See, I'm looking like, how come I don't get that shit?
It's an item.
It's an item.
Cue the Zelda theme. Da 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 da.
Okay. You guys make your way in that direction. They close the gate behind you. You can hear it barricading. And you head off into the forest. You make your way into the trees, and it starts to degrade a bit into a very shallow valley as a small like brook comes through. You can hear the water trickling through. As you get closer into an area, the stench alone is enough to make you gag, as the smell of rotting flesh and just decaying bone and corpse just lay out in front of you. As about 20 feet from where you are down into the little ravine, you see just piles of bodies. Orc, goblin. You keep moving, walking down. Go ahead and give me a perception check, both of you.
Are we still in the wilderness for natural watchfulness spoon, where we double proficiency bonus?
Yes.
All right. Not at advantage, though. Add in an additional 4. Oh, that will be a nat 1, so it doesn't matter that it's 13.
So am I giving a perception check as well?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. My proficiency bonus for perception is doubled.
Yep, so just...
Boop. Hey, there we go. So 27.
Yeah. 27. Okay.
I watch.
The stench itself gets to Salphos to the point where it makes his eyes start to water and dry up, and he just starts blinking, going, oh, it just like stings and burns the eyes. Volley, you were able to push past it a little bit, though it does sting a bit. You look around and you see about three marsh dwellers and their looming figures, their elongated limbs, just skulking about. They don't talk. They just kind of make noises as they meander back and forth. One's dragging by the foot a dead goblin, and he just throws it and lands into a pile. Another one sits down, picks up a goblin, and just buries his teeth into the abdomen and just starts gnawing away. And he rips away, and you see the tendons and the flesh just pull away, and you see the blood drip down from the mouth. He just looks around. And you pull your gaze from that, and you spot a part of the corpse piles that are not orc. They are not goblin. You see a pile of several of the civilians that you had watched walk away the day before.
Oh, no, that river spirit. Oh, you'll point this out to me, Molly. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm legitimately angry at this moment.
Actually, take a corruption saving throw, because that is a lot to handle and a lot to process for Volley. 18. That is. While it is deeply saddening and heartbreaking and fills you with immediate rage, you're able to let go for a moment and just silently not bless them, but say something under your breath to try and hope that they find something better in their next life.
How many dwellers are there?
You see 3.
Okay.
But as you're looking about, as you move your eyes, you see one of the piles move a bit. You see like a hand go, like just plop out, and then you see another hand come out and just grip and go, ah. And you see 2 hands pull out, trying to crawl out from underneath a pile of orcs and goblins, and you see a brownish black skin that is partially like burned away on one side, thinned black hair and sort of like black and browned leather armor. It just comes out and still half buried under this corpse. You recognize it as an orc for sure. And he just begins like shouting. He doesn't shout. He's more like whispering, but is enough in range for you to hear because he doesn't want to alert any of the marsh dwellers.
Help me!
He doesn't see you before you get any sort of confusion. He's just sort of to the air. He's like looking up.
Help me! I know you're here! You're one of them! You can flay the skin off these corpse-eating buggers! Shrieker! Nazgul! Free me, please!
Oh no.
And he keeps muttering, spouting. What are you doing?
As a player, I want to go in and just beat the shit out of these Marsh Dwellers. What does Volley know about Marsh Dwellers?
Give me a Shadow Lore check.
Jesus Christ, I am proficient in that. Why am I rolling garbage?
Lost my place. Where am I? Marsh Dwellers. What'd you roll?
14.
14. You know that they are humanoid. There's nothing. They're not undead. There's nothing abnormal per se about them. You know, they tend to live in swamps, usually far away from civilized folk. And for a while, they sort of passed into legend. No one's seen them in some time. Yeah, other than the fact that they eat corpses that are usually left to rot in water in the swamps.
Do I know them to be powerful?
With a 14? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Well, do I know them to be powerful? Yeah. And with the 14, do I know if they're like
You're not
capable?
Sure. You've never encountered one before, and most of the stories revolve around them eating corpses. You've never heard anything about them in a fight.
Okay, so for the most part, we see what we do. Part of me wants to alert them to the orc and like town. Can I stealthily throw a rock to get their attention to see the orc?
You can certainly try. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your dexterity. At the same time this is happening, Salphos, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Oh, hey, I'm actually decent at that one. 19.
Here you go. As you feel a very similar chill run up your spine that you encountered in the forest many days ago on your way to Ruskabel, and then it slowly fades away.
I'm gonna whisper Volley. I think one of those wood wraiths are around. We need to leave.
Okay, 1 second. And yeah, I'm gonna try and stealthily throw my rock.
Go for it.
Yeah, I just did. I got a 16.
Oh, sorry. 16. Plunk, plunk, plunk. As a rock lands just out of reach of the orc.
Huh? Is that you? Oh, come on. You can do more than get these bodies off me than throw a rock. Come on, I got messages to deliver.
You see the Marsh Dwellers, and they begin looming that direction. Volley, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
17. Feel a cold chill climb up your arm and make its way towards your neck, and you feel it touch the edge of your mouth. And it's a very familiar feeling, and you quicken your breath, and after Salvo says, "We need to go," you bat the air away and turn back.
Get out of here. I just want to get their attention to the orc.
The two of you make your way back towards the Black Tarn and out of the forest. As you get a few feet from the tree line, you hear a what? No! No! Ah!
Volley's just gonna crack a little smile as he hears that.
And you guys make your way to the gate, knock on it. The guards dismantle the barricade, open the gate, usher you back in, close it, re-barricade.
I need to see Emeliota.
She's inside the longhouse.
I'm just gonna pretty much bolt there with haste.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, hey, you're back. How'd your mission go?
Move. I'm just gonna just push Vidar
we
to the
need to
side.
go.
Like just like a gentle, not like a shove or just like a gentle push. It's like move.
You push your way past Vidar, you push open the two doors, and you see Emeliota leaning over a table looking at a rough map of the area and two other guards.
Ali, we gotta handle this with care.
We need the
Vidar
room
follows
now.
him.
What is your report?
We need the
Leave
room.
me.
It's private, Emeliota.
You two, leave me. Volley, Southhouse, your report?
My lady, sit down.
I've seen a ghost.
Sit down for this, please.
Very well.
There's no easy way to say this. And I say this with a heavy heart. Good people, a lot of them are dead. They were killed by marsh walkers. I recognized them. We ran into them on the outskirts.
The Martian Dwellers, but no, they...
Your River Maiden
Bring
was
it back.
not what she seems. There were 3 marsh dwellers. A goblin appeared, calling to the Nazgul.
Orc.
A what?
There's an orc appeared.
Oh, sorry, Orc. An orc appeared calling to a Nazgul.
A what?
A Nazgul is what he said.
Do I know what a Nazgul is
yeah.
so I can tell
Do,
her?
do, do the two of us, I guess Shadow Lord. maybe?
Shadow Lord checks. Vidar, did you come in with them?
Yes.
Oh my
You can make a Shadow Lord
god.
check as well.
Why am I proficient in Shadow Lore and I'm rolling garbage?
I got 20.
I got 11.
I don't know what I don't know.
Alphos, you
Some
know
hunter, right?
a Nazgul as one of the 9, one of the Black Riders, one of the fallen kings of Numenor and those that reach far beyond Middle-earth, one of the servants of the enemy, one of the lieutenants, the Ring
It's-
Wraiths.
It's a ring wraith, one of the fallen kings of Numenor, the 9. They serve him, the great enemy.
The forces of Mordor are at our gates.
That would explain the Black Banner. And there are also a familiar of a wood wight seems to also have been corrupted.
No, what you tell me, what you very tell me, shakes my beliefs, the people, the spirits that we believe in. I sent those people to their death! You dare tell me it was for nothing?
We can make their sacrifice for something.
Black treachery.
It wasn't your fault. It got all of us.
And the village is lost. There is nothing here. What hope do we have to hold against a host of Mordor?
Then we might need to revise our plan. I know it's hard for you right now, but steel your heart and we can mourn later. We've all been had, but if you want everything to be for naught and everything to be in vain, then we can't lose more that's here.
I've forsaken them. Give me a persuasion check.
I was just gonna really quick add in. I guess might be too late, but I was gonna really quickly add in. You must live long enough to exact your revenge.
Thanks, Edgelord.
Persuasion at advantage.
Okay. Oh man, I'm not one of these. good ones. I'm guessing it's me. I guess nobody else in the group wants to take this.
You take it. You did. You
Oh,
did a lot of
okay,
heavy
okay.
lifting.
Okay. Don't. Okay, it's a crit. It's a crit. It's a crit. It's a crit. It's a crit.
The 22 total.
I could have done better because my charisma's -1.
And my Christmas is 0.
I've forsaken my people, my land. I am a disgrace upon my family and the woodmen. The host of Mordor comes to our gates. Then I shall greet them with an axe in hand and a shield in the other.
I'm gonna go up and whisper to Ameliodo, and I'm just gonna be like, I too know what it's like to be betrayed by the shadow and fallen, but to throw your life away when you could spend your life redeeming and being a redemptor. Let's not make foolish moves. And then I'll just walk back to the other around the table.
Let the night come. And that's where we're going to end. As the enemy, in name alone, has been revealed. A Nazgul, one of the 9. Black Rider from Morgul. A fallen king. Leads a force against the Black Tarn. And we shall pick this up again next Tuesday and see what the Fellowship may do and what the fate of Thea might be.
I mean,
In theory, on horseback, she could return with a host nonetheless.
the listeners probably know.
Her fate is still yet undecided, technically. It's been 3 days since Thea's departure. So thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find all of our regularly scheduled programming throughout the week. October 19th, again, will be our one-shot that is ran by Lindsay as a solo adventure featuring Mathan, played by Kevin, as we figure out what he's been up to and what the fate of his
Wait, are you ending?
sword.
We
Yes,
are.
we are ending.
Oh, I want to say bye.
I'm getting there. I think you're going through the wrong microphone.
No, my microphone isn't pulled up yet.
So, look for that from the 19th, and we can see what becomes of that. Should be an exciting story. And plus, it's the first time Lindsay gets to DM on here, so
Hi.
feel free to stop by with that.
And
But
then
we
the only
will all be
person-
back.
Who hasn't DM'd on here then will be Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
I offer
We
for
will all
episode
be
69.
We will all be back next week to continue the Darkening of Mirkwood. Stay proficient.
Bye.